Scientists at CERN have just made a discovery that could help explain why you exist. On Wednesday, researchers published groundbreaking evidence in Nature journal showing the first-ever observation of matter-antimatter imbalance in baryons, the particles that make up atomic nuclei. This finding from the Large Hadron Collider represents a major milestone in particle physics. After analyzing over 80,000 particle decays collected between 2011 and 2018, the LHCb collaboration detected a 2.45% difference in how baryons and antibaryons decay. The measurement reached 5.2 sigma statistical significance, meaning there's only a 1 in 10 million chance this is a random fluctuation. Let me explain why this matters. According to our understanding of physics, the Big Bang should have created equal amounts of matter and antimatter. These opposites annihilate each other on contact, converting completely into energy. If the universe started with perfect symmetry, everything should have canceled out, leaving only radiation. Yet here we are in a universe dominated by matter. This fundamental question, why matter won over antimatter, has puzzled physicists for decades. The key to this mystery lies in something called CP violation. CP stands for charge parity, and when particles violate this symmetry, it means matter and antimatter don't behave identically. Scientists first observed CP violation in mesons, particles made of two quarks, back in 1964. But mesons aren't the main building blocks of ordinary matter. Baryons are. Baryons include protons and neutrons, the particles that form atomic nuclei. They're made of 3 quarks instead of 2. Despite 60 years of searching, nobody had ever seen CP violation in baryons until now. The LHCb team focused on a specific type called the beauty lambda baryon, which contains an up quark, down quark, and beauty quark. Vincenzo Vagnoni, the LHCb spokesperson, explained the challenge. The reason why it took longer to observe CP violation in baryons than in mesons is down to the size of the effect and the available data. We needed a machine like the LHC capable of producing a large enough number of beauty baryons and their antibaryon counterparts. The Large Hadron Collider creates conditions similar to moments after the Big Bang by colliding protons at nearly the speed of light. In these collisions, exotic particles like beauty baryons appear briefly before decaying. By comparing decay patterns of baryons and antibaryons, researchers finally spotted the telltale asymmetry. Here's where it gets interesting. While this discovery confirms a prediction of the standard model of particle physics, it also highlights a major problem. The observed asymmetry is far too small to explain the universe's matter dominance. Astronomical observations show our universe needed about 1 extra matter particle for every billion matter-antimatter pairs in the early universe. But the CP violation measured at CERN would only produce 1 for every 100 million billion pairs. Professor Chris Parkes from the University of Manchester called this a landmark discovery, noting it's the first time a difference is seen in particles similar to heavy versions of the proton or neutron. The results were first presented at the Rencontres de Montréal in March before undergoing peer review. This finding opens new avenues for research. Every system where we observe CP violation provides another way to test the standard model and search for new physics. The research team wrote that this opens a new path in the search for physics beyond the standard model. The LHC is currently in its 3rd run, collecting more data that could reveal additional sources of CP violation. Scientists are examining other decay channels of beauty baryons and designing new experiments to probe deeper into this fundamental asymmetry. What makes this particularly significant is that baryons constitute most of the visible matter in our universe. While previous CP violation observations in mesons were important, baryons are the particles that actually make up stars, planets, and people. Understanding their behavior brings us closer to solving one of cosmology's biggest puzzles. The discovery also demonstrates the power of modern particle physics experiments. Creating and studying enough beauty baryons to detect a 2.45% asymmetry required decades of technological advancement. The LHC detector can track particles traveling at near light speed and identify their decay products with incredible precision. Looking ahead, physicists need to find additional sources of CP violation beyond what the standard model predicts. This could come from undiscovered particles, new forces, or phenomena we haven't yet imagined. The matter-antimatter imbalance remains one of the strongest pieces of evidence that our current understanding of physics is incomplete. This CERN discovery represents both an answer and a question. Yes, baryons can violate CP symmetry, confirming theoretical predictions. But no, this alone can't explain why matter dominates our universe. The search continues for the missing pieces that will complete our understanding of why anything exists at all. What do you think? Where should physicists look next for the missing sources of matter-antimatter asymmetry? Like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video.